Hi there, I'm Linden Thorp, and this is Lodestone Lunch. We're here every week, and we aim to provide embodiment experience for anybody really, but especially people who give a lot to others, like teachers, coaches, educators. They need some chance to get respite. And, you know, if they don't, they could have problems with burnout, with imposter syndrome, with all manner of things that are happening to people who really push themselves, and also people who are living primarily from their limited mind. Yeah. I mention this phrase a lot. And in fact, many people say to me, well, I'm not sure what you mean by the limited mind. And so before the new year and before Christmas, I'm going to organize a challenge, a 5-day challenge, to get people out of their limited mind so that they can have an experience of it. Many people have never experienced it, so they don't know they're trapped. But then disaster strikes when burnout or something similar creeps up on them. And we have no way of knowing, many of us, because we are disconnected from our bodies and our spirits. We're only here. We're only using intellectual skills. We're only using calculating and symbols. That's the other thing about the limited mind. Have you ever thought about that? In the visual world, what do we rely on most of all? Words and images. Now, I've never thought about this, but words and images are mere symbols. I'm interested in what is below them. And that's what I do. That's what embodiment is, really. It is finding the reality beneath all the symbols, which are compulsory in the visual world, it seems. This is the way the intellectual mind works. It can't deal in reality. Instead, it uses symbols, and people get hooked on the symbols, and people start to hoard the symbols. Take money, for example. Money is a symbol, coins, banknotes, checks, but people get hooked on it. They even are prepared to commit crimes to acquire it. They're symbols, but what are they symbols of? Yeah, so the answer to that question does not lie in this mind. It lies in this mind, the body, spirit, consciousness, balance. Okay. And so, yeah, until you actually experience it, you may not even know that you're perhaps trapped in your limited mind. The problem with that is that the limited mind was never meant for us to live by. And in the last 300 or 400 years, the so-called Age of Enlightenment, it has come to dominate everything. And so, yes, people who don't have good concentration, impaired people, visually impaired and so on, are all excluded from the normal way of life. It's really strikingly terrible, to be frank. So, yes, I deal a lot in showing people how to step out of it. into something that is boundless. The unlimited mind, the consciousness of human beings is boundless. Everything is possible. Yeah. So today I'm going to talk. I don't seem to have any guests here. So today I'd like to talk about tolerance. Now, last week on Lodestone Q&A, which is now called Embodiment Q&A, by the way, we talked about tolerance. So Dr. Muiba and myself and Ebi Sheila, my regular guests, we talked quite deeply about tolerance. And this coming week, we're going to talk about compassion, because that really is the next step. If we're tolerant, we are generally compassionate. And so I'd like to start off by showing you this voiceless video, so that you can pick up what tolerance is all about. And then I'm going to move you into compassion. Okay, so allow me to share my screen. Okay, so I hope that set the scene for you a little bit. Tolerance is an extraordinary skill, and it comes really from the body. It's not anything to do with this mind at all. It is from the nervous system, basically. And so if we are embodied, then we can be really tolerant. And so, yeah, this week, I'm going to connect up now the theme of this week. It's regenerative income models. So in the masterclass, Your Body is Your Business and masterclass on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about regenerative incomes. You may not know what that means. I'm sure you know what the two words mean separately, but what do they mean when we put them together? Well, it's really quite simple. First of all, it's income that returns energy to the creator. Okay. Income that doesn't drain your nervous system. I've been running a poll today on LinkedIn, and one of the choices was emotional exhaustion, as something they may be feeling as we come to the end of the year. Most people chose it. And so they're not involved with regenerative income because they're getting nothing back. They're giving everything out. But in terms of their body, spirit, and mind, they're getting nothing back. And so eventually they will break or they will give up. So a regenerative income model is principally something that returns energy to the creator. It's something that doesn't drain your nervous system. It's income that builds a long-term stability instead of just short-term spikes. It's also income that honors rhythm, human rhythm, seasonality perhaps, rest, and relationships. So, unfortunately, this is the opposite of what people are taught in developed cultures. We're taught that most income systems are about employment, working the 9-to-5 grind, as I call it, working for other people, an hourly rate, or entrepreneurship, or coaching. But all of these things can be so extractive. They're not regenerative. That's the opposite. They are extractive. So in other words, they extract your time, they extract your attention, and they extract your spirit if you let them. So regenerative models ask a very different question, and that is, how can this income nourish me? How can this income nourish me? And this is really where your voice is unique. Regenerative income must align with your nervous system, because if the body contracts around an income stream, it will fail long term. If the body expands around an income stream, it becomes sustainable and magnetic. Which is the best? Extraction or expansion? In other words, regenerative. And your body knows long before your mind which income is regenerative and which is destructive. If you listen to your body, exactly how to generate regenerative income. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm using my mindfulness background, my spiritual training, to create magnetic energy, which I emanate all the time. And the universe responds with similar energy. Like attracts like. If you put something good out into the world, you'll get something good back. If it's bad, you'll get something bad back. It's a law of the universe, and it really is true. It is true. So, yeah, there are many ways you can assess an income. First of all, you can think about your heart. Does it feel coherent? Does it make you palpitate? If so, it's probably an extractive income. Does it make you calm? Probably regenerative. Your vagus nerve, remember the vagus nerve starts in the cranium, comes down the sides of the face, down the neck, into the upper body, and down into the arms, and right down into the gut. It's the principal feedback nerve for the body to the brain. If the vagus nerve is not working properly, you will not receive any signals of distress from your body. So you won't be able to hold back something like burnout. I'm afraid when burnout starts, it's very difficult to stop. I've worked with lots of people with burnout. It has to run its course. That can take months, even years. And then recovery is not total. Often people relapse again later, because they tend to fall into the same patterns again. It's their nature. And it's because they are dominated by their limited mind. The compasses, I showed you these in the voiceless video. There are 4 compasses in your body which are so crucial to your balance. The brain stem and the pineal gland here. The heart, lungs, they work together. The solar plexus at the base of your breastbone, and right down at the base of your spine, the base chakra. These 4 are your main compasses, and if they're not calibrating to true north, then you will be out of balance. And that's what my lodestone work does. It recalibrates your inner compasses. Yes, so another way to test whether an income is truly regenerative is to, first of all, think about it with your limited mind, and then close down your limited mind, come into your body and think about it again. Is it generative? Is it toxic? How does your body feel about it? So just closing down, closing the eyes, coming into the still center will give you a really excellent, intuitive idea about whether or not to go in that direction. So just some quick points about what regenerative income is. You can write these down, or you can just wait. There'll be an article published tomorrow, which goes into this in some detail. But just see how much of this you can retain. Let your body listen. Make sure your spine is vertical, crown of your head going up, base of your spine going down, and breathe. Yeah, just breathe. Allow the breath to be free. Don't change anything. Just let it move naturally. It does. It doesn't need your input. Super. So, yeah, regenerative income supports your life and it supports other people's lives. So, for example, recurring and repeatable income without costing you energy could be things like memberships, repeatable programs, repeatable audio journeys, community-led support, collaborations, and high-quality repeat clients who integrate your work. Income should grow without increasing cortisol. Cortisol is the main stress chemical. We need some stress, but if you have an excess, then you're in danger of damage. So yeah, remember that word. Income should grow without increasing your cortisol. The third kind of regenerational income is relationship-based. So things like trust, reciprocity, belonging, shared values, consistency, integrity. These are relationship-based regenerative income activities. So if your work or money-earning activities don't involve these things, then there's a real chance that they are stressing your system and they are extractive. They're removing something from you, draining you in some way. And finally, the fourth group is the multi-stream group of regenerative income. Not too many streams, but multiple streams can share the same energetic root. For example, in your ecosystem, I've built an ecosystem for my work. I do live work, I do individual work, I do groups, I write books, I write essays and articles and posts. I make videos. I make audio pods. I do so many different kinds of activities around my business. So I call it an ecosystem. And it's truly embodied. Every part of it is part of me. It's not separate to my life at all. And it's all due to me, so it's self-responsible. And I really believe that for all of us, the future has to be self-responsible. Soon we will be able to outsource. There won't be any 9-to-5 jobs to get an hourly rate from. Healthcare will collapse, perhaps. Education is already collapsing and should do. It needs utter reform. And we can get education on the internet now to suit us, and so on. So we can be self-dependent, which doesn't mean being selfish at all. The reverse. If you have a really strong relationship with yourself, then you are magnetic. You are giving off something very beautiful, which people are attracted to. So this kind of multi-stream setup is good if you control it. And the nervous system becomes coherent. You're working with the unlimited mind, and you are a spirit-led leader. You're leading yourself and probably leading others too. So when your income streams share the same root, then they can feed each other and they are thus regenerative. So those four groups. First group, a regenerative model supports your life and the lives of others. So it's a life-giving service or product you're providing. It's not life-draining. It's life-giving, number one group. Number two, recurring or repeatable incomes without costing energy. Memberships, repeatable programs, repeatable audios, community-led support, collaborations, high-quality repeat clients who integrate your work. The third group, relationship-based incomes, trust, reciprocity, belonging, shared values, consistency, integrity. And the fourth stream, multi-streams in an ecosystem which is embodied, which is self-responsible. You have nervous system coherence. You have the unlimited mind, unlimited, boundless mind. and you're leading with your spirit, really. Yeah. So compassion then is a really important element of regenerative business. Really, this is your heart. This is your strength. Compassion is not something soft from it. It's energetic clarity with an open heart. It's hugely energetic to be compassionate. Compassion creates regenerative income in 4 ways, another group of 4. Number 1, a compassionate body regulates itself. If you are compassion in your life, you are regulated. You have an expanded container. You have more than enough love and attention to give to other people. And really, this changes everything. You won't burn out. If you're compassionate, it's anti-burnout. You're not forcing anything. You're not hustling. I hate that word. I think it's a misnomer. You stop proving yourself. You stop trying to prove yourself, and you stop outsourcing your authority to others. Okay. Second group, compassion magnetizes clients. So people, traders who operate from compassion, it creates safety. The currency of leadership is safety. Clients come back because they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel understood, they feel welcomed, they feel no judgment, and they feel possibility instead of. Third group, compassion allows refinement. Yeah, when you're compassionate with your business, you can prune away what drains you. You can expand what nourishes you, and you can design offers that uplift both you and your clients. So compassion allows honest correction without shame. Fourth group, compassion generates collective wealth, of course. A regenerative income model isn't isolated. It's depending on a network. I've got a wonderful network of people. We help each other. We support each other. And whatever income we get is almost shared. And in fact, I do sometimes share my income with others. Compassion invites collaboration, not competition. Competition is deadly. It's here. The limited mind is a competition maniac. The heart, the body, the spirit, no, not interested in competition. So, yes, we can get a sense of rising together with other people, sort of competing against them. And this is really what I teach in my masterclass, in the Lodestone community, in my legacy partnership, and in my collaborations with other business owners and entrepreneurs. So remember, you're building wealth through relational coherence. This is really, really important. So compassion is the binding that brings all these things together. You could say a regenerative income system cannot function without compassion. I could say that easily. If we remove compassion, we fall back into extraction of energy, of time, and of a life force. So regeneration plus compassion equals sustainable income, aligned business models, work that strengthens your heart, a community that grows together, wealth without burnout, and leadership with integrity. So, yeah, feel it in your body now. Which income stream expands you? Which constricts you? Which nourishes you? which depletes you. And really everybody who voted in my poll today seemed to be depleted, emotionally exhausted. So your body can already tell you the answer. It will take time and courage, probably, to change your life. Stop doing what you've always done. In other words, earning an extractive income. You'll have to take time to change, slow down, to do embodiment work with someone like me, so you really learn how to live in a different way. So, if you would like to know more about this, I'm going to be writing about it in some live sessions. On Wednesday, the masterclass. On Friday, and Q&A. At the weekend, Our Way, Our Wealth, when I'll be talking more about this and reviewing how we've seen it over the week as the week's topic. And also in my mindful moments meditation work on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 30 minutes at lunchtime, GMT. I'm going to be talking about it there too, so we can reflect on it. Regenerative income is the best for all of us, but it's the best for us individually too. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back next week, same time, same place on Monday, and I hope you'll come and join me again. See you again.